Hello students, welcome to SSB Crack Exams. My name is Anuradha, and in today's session we are going to discuss about the question pattern and the marking system of the serious English paper that will help you to score more than 90% of marks in the English section of your combined defense services exam or serious exam as it is known. Now, if you don't know about this exam, let me tell you that the serious examination is conducted twice a year by the Union Public Service Commission or UPSC for the recruitment of candidates into the Indian Military Academy, Officers Training Academy, Indian Naval Academy, and Indian Air Force Academy. Now, in the written examination, English section consists of one of the major important papers for the candidates to score and qualify the written exam of CDS. Now, why I'm telling you this, how it will help you to score more than 90% marks in your serious English paper. Now, in today's session, I'll be discussing with you certain marking system, certain question pattern of the English section in serious exam that will help you as the first step to understand and to get an idea of this written serious combined defense services examination, right? So if you want to have a detailed analysis, if you want to go through a detailed lecture, content lectures, and if you want to crack the serious examination with flying colors, please visit our website ssbcrackexams.com and subscribe to the course, our serious course, where you will get each and every subject covered in detail by our excellent and top-notch tutors. Right, you can also follow us on our YouTube channel SSB Crack Exams, our Instagram page, our Telegram page, and also learn.ssbcrackexams.com to know more about the other different kinds of defense competitive examinations. And we also have our mobile app in the Google Play Store, so you can download the mobile app and you can just go through the lectures and study on the go. Right, now I will begin with basically the components of the serious English syllabus. So basically it consists of spotting of error questions, antonyms, synonyms, vocabulary, basically idioms and phrases, sentence improvement, sentence completion, which comes in the form of fill in the blanks and or cloze test, ordering of words and sentences, comprehension, active passive voice, direct indirect speech or reported speech, word substitution, parts of speech where you need to identify certain words belonging to certain parts of speech, spelling errors, and transformation of sentences. Right, now coming to the marking system in serious English paper, each question carries 0.83 marks, right? But there is also a negative marking, and if you incorrectly mark an answer, it will cost you 0.27 marks. 0.27 marks will be deducted for every incorrect answer. The total number of questions you will get in your English paper in CDS exam is 120, and the total number of marks will be 100. So let's delve deeper into each topic that I have shown it to you as the components of the English syllabus in CDS exam, starting with the spotting of errors. And you can see here I have made an analysis of the previous year's CDS questions and answers. So in CDS 1 2020, about only 10 questions came, and you can say that in CDS 1 only in 2020 it was the least number of questions that came from spotting of errors, while the highest number of questions that came from spotting of errors were both in 2017 for both CDS 1 and in CDS 2, right? So you can expect for your upcoming CDS examination about 10 to 26 questions from spotting of errors, which will bring about 8 to 22 marks. Moving on to antonyms, in 2020 CDS 1 2020, the number of questions that came from antonyms were 10. More or less it's 10, but the least number of questions came in 2017 in CDS 2 English paper. Okay, 8 questions came in CDS 1. The least number of questions that came was in 2015, only 7 questions came. So in your upcoming CDS examination from the English section, you can expect about 7 to maximum 11 questions from antonyms, which will carry about 6 to 9 marks. Moving on to synonyms, again in 2020 CDS 1 The number of questions that came was 10 in number, right? And it's more or less 10, as you can see, in 2019, in 18 also. But the least number of questions that came in CDS 1 was in 2015. Only 8 questions came, right? So the number of questions you can expect from synonyms for your upcoming CDS examination for your English paper will vary from 8 to 15 questions, carrying 7 to 13 marks. Moving on to vocabulary, which is basically idioms and phrases. So in 2020, CDS 1 10 questions came. In 2019, CDS 1 15 question came. In CDS 2 2019 10 came, and only 5 questions came in 2018 CDS 2. All right. So in your upcoming CDS paper, number of questions you can expect from the idioms and phrases vocabulary is 5 to 15 questions, carrying 4 to 13 marks. Moving on to sentence improvement, not many questions from sentence improvement has come in recent years in your CDS English paper. As you can see, in 2020 CDS 1, in 2018 and 19 CDS 1 and 2, no question came from sentence improvement, though the highest number of questions that came from sentence improvement were both for CDS 2 2016 and in 2015. 25 questions came, right? So if you get questions from sentence improvement in CDS examination in English paper, you can expect minimum 17 to 21 marks questions, right? So it will vary from 20 to 25 questions in sentence improvement. Moving on to sentence completion, which can come in the form of fill in the blanks. About 10 questions came. As you can see, it has been evenly distributed from 2020, 19, 18, 17, 16. In 15, no questions came from fill in the blanks. So you can have an average idea that 10 questions you can, expect in average from the fill in the blank sentence completion. So it will carry 8 marks. And close test, for close test, the number of questions that came for 2020 CDS 1 was 0. Okay, no question came, right? In 2019, 15 questions came in CDS 1. In 2020, it's in 2019 CDS 2, only 19 questions came. The largest number of questions that came were 30, and it was in CDS 2 2016. 30 questions came, right? So in your upcoming CDS examination for sentence completion in the form of closed test, you can expect questions that can vary from 10 in number to 30, carrying a total of 8 to 25 marks in sentence completion or closed test. Moving on to ordering of words and sentences. For ordering of words in 2020, only 10 questions came for CDS 1 2020, and more or less the number is same. As you can see, in 2018 also 20 questions came for CDS 2 2018. Both in CDS 1 and 2 in 2017, 20 questions came, but the least number of questions that came was in 2015 CDS 1. Only 7 questions came, right? So obviously you can now understand that the number of expected questions from ordering of words topic will vary from 7 to 20 questions, which will carry about 6 to 17 marks for you. Moving on to ordering of sentences, as you can see, 10 is the average number of questions that have come for the last 5 years. 6 years if you take 2020 CDS 1. But the largest number of questions that came was in 2017. Both in CDS 1 and CDS 2, 20 questions came from ordering of sentences. So in average, the expected number of questions from ordering of sentences will vary from 9 to 20 questions, carrying 7 to 17 marks. Moving on to now the comprehension. In 2020, 10 questions came, and the largest number of questions that came was in 2015, CDS 1 2015, 23 questions came. Okay, so obviously you can guess that the number of questions you can expect from comprehension section will vary from 10 to 23 questions. So it will carry about 8 to 19 marks for you if you are answering the questions correctly. Moving on to active passive voice. Now in 2018 only, in CDS 2 2018, only 5 questions came from this section. No questions came from active passive voice in 2020, 19, 17, 16 or 15. So yeah, you can expect questions from active passive voice, and if you do so, not more than 5 questions you can expect easily from this section. That will carry only 4 marks, right? And then moving on to direct indirect speech, which is also known as reported speech. In 2020, 10 questions came in CDS 1, and in CDS 2 2018 only 6 questions came. So in average you can expect 6 to 10 questions from this section. If at all you get questions from direct indirect speech or reported speech, it will fetch about 5 to 8 marks if you are correctly answering them. And then moving on to word substitution. Again, in the recent years, in 2020, 19 and 18, no questions came from word substitution. It came in 2017 CDS 2, 6 questions, and in 2015 CDS 1, 5 questions came. So 5 to 6 questions you can easily expect from word substitution, which will fetch 4 to 5 marks for you. And then moving on to parts of speech. Here you just need to identify certain words belonging to what kind of parts of speech, which is very easy. And in recent years, as you can see, this is a trend which has started from 2019 CDS 2, 10 questions came, and the similar number of questions also came in CDS 1 2020. So you can easily expect for your upcoming examination questions from parts of speech, not more than 10 questions, and it will carry a healthy 8 marks for you if you correctly answer the questions from parts of speech. Then moving on to spelling, of course, again in recent years, 2019 and in 2020 only, those questions from spelling has come, but not before that. So the least number of questions came in 2019 CDS 2, 7 questions came, and the highest number of questions came from this particular section of spelling in 2020 CDS 1, 10. So average 7 to 10 questions you can expect if at all the questions come from spellings, and it will carry 6 to 8 marks out of the 100 marks in CDS English paper. And last but not the least is the newly introduced topic in English section of CDS, is that transformation of sentences. As you can see from this chart, that transformation of sentences questions didn't came in 2015, 16, 17, 18 or 19, but in CDS 1 2020, 10 questions came as a surprise from this particular section. So it will be not a very wise idea to leave out this section, because it's a very newly introduced section. So you can expect about average 10 questions if at all it comes, and you can very well expect it in your upcoming serious examination. 10 questions from this transformation of sentences section, and it will carry 8 marks for you out of the 100 total 100 marks. So I hope that after you have gone through this session about the different marks division that I have shown it to you, and the expected number of questions that you can very well expect in your upcoming CDS examination, I hope this will be the first step for you to score not more than 90% marks in your CDS English paper. It is not impossible, let me tell you. It can be unbelievable for you, but it is not impossible or not difficult to achieve if you have a very clear cut idea. And that is why I have conducted this session, so that you do have a clear cut idea on the different marking system, on the different number of questions you can expect from each and every section, from each and every topic that that contains, or that makes up this vast the vast syllabus of the CDS English paper. So in order to know more about and to go deeper into the content about in order to acquire more knowledge about each and every topic, and how you can solve the questions, and how you can score the full amount of marks from each topic, you can visit the website ssbcrackexams.com, where you will get to know about my lectures. And in my lectures I have covered all these topics in detail, with sample practice Q&A, with previous years Q&A, with mock tests. So please visit our website, please subscribe to the courses, follow my lectures, and no one can stop you to score more than 90% of your marks in your serious English paper. So work hard and believe in yourself, and try to do the impossible. Jai Hind.